guys, welcome to the Horrific Horror Festival. I'm Martin. This is the Martin Talk Show. You know, very much ego-driven there. But yeah, we're here today to find out what you guys are doing here at this festival. So, sorry, who have we got with us today then?
So I'm Rob Worsey, director of All This Time.
And I'm Daniel de Bourg. I'm one of the actors, play Elias in All This Time.
Great, and your film is here at the festival.
The film's playing now,
It's
yeah.
playing right now over there.
Hey, what are you doing in here then?
I think Rob's seen it too much.
I've seen it too much, yeah.
Okay.
So we watched the start, and we're going to try and catch the last 10 minutes for the kind of juicy bits. And then we've got a Q&A after as well, but we've figured we'd dip out for the middle part.
Then and come and speak to me.
See you, Mark.
Yeah.
And because I haven't seen the film, so tell me about the film. Well, obviously it's horror because this is a horror film festival.
Yeah.
Tell me a bit more about it than that.
Rob, do you want to take this as the
I
director?
mean, it's kind of horror. It's not a film to go to if you want to get scared, but it is set in a horror world. But it's basically Groundhog Day meets Dracula. So this woman kind of wakes up in this massive mansion house with a very attractive, rich owner, played by Dan de Bourg, sat next to me. Incredibly attractive. And she's basically stuck there. She's stuck in time. She keeps repeating the same day over and over and over, and she's trying to get out. And so it is kind of a horror backdrop, but it's more psychological and more thriller-driven, I would say. I think so.
Definitely. Yeah, I think that's what attracted me to it. It's more... In fact, you said something yesterday that really was like, oh, yeah, that's it.
And you were
What
going to
did you
bring
say?
this up. It makes me
It's
sound
basically, to
pretentious
sum it
now.
up, it's not pretentious. Correct me if I say it wrong, but it's like it is a horror film, but the actors don't know they're in a horror film. It's
Okay.
not- so it's like a faithful. Like when I first read the script, first of all, I was like, what is going on? Because the time loop thing is hard. You're like, whoa.
Hard to get your head around on
Yeah.
paper, I guess,
But
when
it
you're
very
reading off
much
the page.
And even when you're first watching it, you're like, what? But it's the flips and the twists and the payoff at the end. I was just gobsmacked. So for me, it's more like it's like a drama.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
a truthful.
Because I think one of the hard things with drama as a form and a medium that some people are actually put off by that, aren't they?
Yeah.
As a storytelling format. So I think these horror things, when they come away from just that, the scare factor, and move more into the thriller, they're more enjoyable for the audience, aren't they?
And I would say this, for me, it's more of a thriller.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Thriller, yeah.
Yeah.
Thriller drama. And what's nice about it is I think there is a lot of drama in there, like Dan's saying. And so for some people especially, that really kind of resonates with them by the time they've finished the film. And so people have chatted to us after, and they associate what's going on in the film to lots of different things depending on what they've been through in their lives. And they seem to be really connecting with it, so that's great.
Yeah.
But it's presented in this horror thriller format where, yeah, you're just confused as to hell of what's going on, and you have no idea, and you're seeing all these clues, and you're trying to piece it together, and you know they're clues, but you can't quite piece it together, and then the end hits, and it kind of tells you what's happening, and it's obvious, and you think...
That really excites me, the way that you describe that, because I feel like modern cinema at the moment is in this phase of spoon-feeding us everything.
Yeah.
It's kind of like treating us as the audience as if we're dumb, and everything is being laid out of everything. They talk through everything that they're doing, and the story is just bland. There's nothing to think about when you leave.
Well, this is
But your film sounds like something
it is the polar opposite. Of
Mm.
that. And I think, like I said, that's the most beautiful thing about it, is that once it's done, the credits are rolling, you want to chat about it. And that's for me. The great films are always, once it's finished, you're like, whoa, hold on.
What
we need
happened
to have
there?
a talk about that.
Yes,
and then
yeah.
the beautiful thing about it as well is that you want to watch it again. And then when you see it again, you're like, how did I not see that? How did I? It's a genius bit of writing. Honestly, no, not blowing smoke up your ass, but it's an unbelievable bit of writing from yourself and directing, mate. So
This is why I asked Dan to come on. This is the only reason.
honestly, no, I'm straight shooting. It is like but Rob's done an unbelievable job on it. So I think you'll enjoy it. If you like that kind of thriller, and you got to stay with it, and you got to think. You know, it's nothing like you said. You're not spoon fed.
Yes,
You got to do a degree of work and detective work through this. And you're guessing and you're thinking maybe it's this, maybe it's that, and then when it's revealed, so the payoff is really good.
So what drew you to this story, Rob? Did you wrote this yourself?
Yeah, so my wife and I came up with the idea. Just lots of long car journeys, listening to music, chatting through ideas, bouncing them back and forth, and then I kind of wrote it from that. But I love those sorts of films where you are trying to work out what's going on, and then by the end it's totally obvious, and you feel like an idiot for not putting it together. You know, like early M. Night Shyamalan films are massive inspirations for this. The Signs, The Village, Sixth Sense, things like that, where you know there's clues, and the things you're noticing, you know they are clues, but you just can't quite work out how they fit together. I love films like that, and that's what we wanted to make.
So you made a film for yourself first. It sounds like
First and only for me.
Yeah.
I think that's the only way to do it. I think if you try and make it for an audience, I don't know.
Just look what's going on with Marvel, man. Like,
commercially driven, like
just flopping all the time because people are sick of it now. They want something. If it's art, it's got to come from you, isn't it? It's when you start thinking about what other people want, that's when it falls flat.
So from an actor's perspective, then, when you're looking at roles and you're auditioning for things, what do you hope to get from a role like this? Then,
man, I got more than I bargained for with this one. This was honestly, I've got a thing for. I love horror movies. I love the vampire genre. Have I given too much away by saying vampire?
No,
you're vampire.
That's how we sell it. Yeah.
Okay. Are there any spoilers then that we're trying to avoid?
Yeah, but
because it's a thriller. If we're saying this is horror thriller, of course there must.
Of course there is.
There's loads of spoilers, but we kind of wrote it knowing that, and so the fact that there's vampires and the fact that it's time loop, they play out as twists in the film, but we knew marketing would give that away. Yes. So we made sure there were plenty more twists that they wouldn't give away.
Because there are going to be people that want to go and see a vampire
massively
film.
Yeah.
There you go.
And so you've got to invite them in somehow.
Yeah.
You've got to let them know that's within the story. You can't hide the story, or no one's going to come, are they?
Exactly. It's in the trailer, so
it's in the trailer. Yeah, we knew people were going to sell it that way. Yeah.
But what drew me to it, and what I enjoyed most about all this time was actually the team. It was Relic. It was the way it's like a family. Like, it's an independent film, and we stayed on set. We lived on set in these mansions, in these incredible locations that you'd sourced. And, Rob's mum-in-law was doing all the catering, like, so good. And we just were a family. And it was like, there's no hierarchical system. Everyone was just mucking in. Everyone was just working towards, everyone was on the same page. And everyone was just
where does that come from when that happens? Because I've got a background in acting as well.
Fantastic, yeah.
And so I've experienced the opposite quite a lot.
Me too.
And so I'm interested and it's very clear where that's coming from when the opposite happens. But I wonder on this, where did that come from? That this connection, this family thing, community that you were building, this working together for one purpose. Where did that come from?
I'd hazard a guess that it began because we're living together. It's not like you come in, you get the driver takes you to base camp, and then you go to your trailer, and then they take you're traveling to set. Like, you're living on set. And I think that's where it began. So after we'd wrap, we'd just hang out, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's what we try and instill on all our films, to be fair. And along the way, along the shorts that we've made, and then the third features, and this is our third one as Relic, is that we've been kind of picking people up along the way, crew-wise, and making sure that they're people who fit the vibe as well, who don't have massive egos, who aren't there for the wrong reasons. And so kind of curating that team, and then, putting them in the right environment. I mean, one of the main things, and I kind of realised this when I was crewing for another film that didn't have this, one of the main things is catering. And, like, everyone just sitting around this big dining room table. Cheryl from Shez Cakes has cooked this amazing food pudding, and everyone eats together, and it creates that atmosphere. I've been on sets since where, everyone's sat eating in cars, eating like Tesco meal deals, and it just kills the vibe. Like the catering, I think.
Isn't that how the basics of building family is? Like human beings, we sit around a table and we share food. Yeah. So bring that into the creative space as well can enhance the thing that you're trying to do.
Absolutely, I think that you nailed it there. That remember back in the day, like my dad was, don't leave it. You can't leave the table till it's finished. And all that.
But there's a reason for that, isn't
he's
there?
Absolutely right. He's absolutely right.
There is a reason. It isn't just do these rules for no reason. It
does foster a family time, a commune, right? Of people eating together and talking and conversing, and that. I think that's pretty much what smashed it for us on
I
all
think,
this stuff.
yeah.
And then it resonates in the thing that you're building.
And-
It
and the work,
resonates in the work, in the art,
Yeah.
in the film.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think it also helps prevent like a hierarchical structure forming, because everyone is sat at the same table eating together, and you don't get these kind of cliquey groups and things like that, and so it creates such a nice working atmosphere.
Yeah, no
It works well.
divas,
No.
no dickheads. Can I say?
Yeah,
No.
yeah, we said it now.
Everyone was lovely, and no one was afraid to say. No one was ever afraid to. You know what it's like.
Speak when you can't speak up,
Yeah.
can't speak your mind. And I know so many actors that are fearful of speaking their mind, and that's one of the things what I'm trying to do here is
Right.
is allow this freedom of talk and ideas and expression. And in the industry, particularly in filmmaking, I'm seeing actors just being quiet,
Yeah, you can't do that.
and it isn't helping anyone.
No.
And there's this fear that if I speak up, I'm gonna not get a part.
And that's it. That's that fear of fear on itself is the killer, right, of creativity. Like, I think as an actor, it's our jobs to turn up to set with an idea. Otherwise, what are you bringing? Are you just this
a drone?
Yeah, what
like
are you automated
Yeah.
or something? Like, come with an idea. So, and Rob and the team always fostered that. Like, what do you think? What do you think? Until you would always, you weren't afraid to say. And I think that it's what really gave us strength and allowed the creative process to be such a fun, enriching, and experience. And then when you watch the movie, I feel it from. And I think when you watch it as well, you'll be like, I can see exactly.
I can see that that it resonates to the audience
Yeah, I think
as well.
so. I feel so. Yeah.
I think the way to make your job easiest as director is just bringing on the people who are so good at what they do, and so by doing that, you should be listening to them because they're going to come up with great ideas, great responses. Especially
it isn't a solo
actors.
art form, is it?
No,
filmmaking?
not at all, no.
It's,
No.
Quentin Tarantino. I saw an interview with him recently, and he was saying your job as a director is to bring other people in that do the jobs well.
Absolutely.
It's not your job as a director to do the lighting, to do the sound. It's to bring the right person in to do that thing.
Yeah. And then you get all the credit anyway. So best of both.
Yeah, and put your name right at the top of the.
100%, yeah.
the
So it was
title.
all me. Yeah.
Yeah.
No one else was there.
Yeah. but in a way, as the leader of the community, is that not fair that you do that?
I think these awards are nice because they highlight other people as well, because there are so many other people on it, and you kind of, I guess, steering the ship, but everyone else is what makes it happen. Like me turning up and kind of saying how I want the shot to look. If no one else is there, nothing's getting done.
Listen, I do agree, but I do agree with what Martin's saying. That it bleeds down from working on all. I've been very fortunate to work on a lot of projects, and you know what it's like. It does bleed down from the top, like, and you are the director, mate. At the end of the day, so it's your vision, and we're slotting in. Like, people are coming in.
Someone's got to have a vision, haven't they?
Yeah. And we play our positions. You bring us in, and you trust us to do what we do. But ultimately, it bleeds down from the top. Like, I've been on sets where people haven't been as pleasant, let's say, and then it fosters a real kind of stagnant, awkward, clunky experience. When this was the polar opposite.
Well, I mean, yeah, because you do have to stick to the vision as well, and other people's ideas sometimes fit, and then you go for it, which is great. But yeah, you can't let it be a committee, I guess.
Yeah. No, plenty of times I come to you with ideas, and you're like,
Yeah.
Other times you're like, no, that's good. It's fair enough.
Yeah, it's getting the right.
Probably geniuses.
Getting the right balance isn't. That's a really good point that you're making there. That while we're championing this community thing, it can't become everyone's voice, because then it just becomes a mess.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? A committee is.
Yeah.
Committees are very very well known for being things that don't move forward. They become stagnant because it's too many voices happening all at once. And yes, everyone does have an opinion, but director, writer, it's someone that's got to lead it.
Yeah. And we try and create the atmosphere where people can come up with ideas and present them, but they're not upset if they don't happen. I mean, when me and Kate are kind of coming up with the ideas and driving along and talking about story, our vibe is get the bad ideas out the way quick. And so you say stuff, and it doesn't matter if it's crap. You say,
Yes, yeah.
I'm not sure that works, but there's no kind of disheartening of saying, I'm not sure if that's the right idea. And so you throw out all these ideas and some of them are bad and then one of them sticks and you
Well,
think,
I guess that's how we find the good ones, isn't
Exactly.
it? By
Yeah,
working
yeah.
through all the bad ones
Yeah.
and talking them.
But if you're afraid to come out with a bad idea, then you're not going to say your good idea either.
Well, you never make any progress, will you? Like that?
No.
So this film then, where are we at with it? How long has this been out there in the world? Is it been at many film festivals?
Yeah, we've done quite a few, to be fair. It's been out, I guess, 6 months maybe, and we've got a few more coming up. We only shot in November 2023, which is like a year and a bit ago now. So it's been a fairly swift process, but yeah, we're just kind of in the midst of the festival circuit now and seeing what people think of it.
And what has been the reception?
Really good so far, yeah. I think it's one of those where if you like it, you probably really like it, and if you go in for scares and straight horror, it's probably not for you. But we've had, especially the festivals are nice because people will come and chat to us afterwards and tell us what clues they picked up on and what they think it's all about and what it means to them, and yeah, that's fantastic, really.
Yeah, and it's, you've won plenty of awards.
Yeah,
Well,
I suppose, yeah.
It's been the best picture, best film, and
And what does that do? What does that do for you? The awards thing. What does that do for you as filmmakers, as actors? What does that do? Like, is it just ego feeding?
No.
this is you take it, man.
I'll go first, and then for me, what it is, and any filmmaker will share this, is that especially if you edit your own stuff, but you see it so much by the time you finish, you're not even sure if it's anything, if it even works. And so for me, it's just
Imposter
reassurance.
syndrome, self-doubt, all
Massively,
that kind of
but
stuff creeping
like
in. Yeah.
there's some amazing montage scenes in this, and the music's incredible. Teo, the composer, was unreal. The first time I watched it, I was like, oh, this is incredible. And then by the end of the edit, and by the time you're doing exports, it just washes over you, and you've got it has no effect. And so strangers seeing it and then giving awards and stuff, it just kind of reassures you that something is there. It's just you've kind of gotten used to it, I guess.
It's precisely right. It's exactly what I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a useful tool moving forward. Like, it's the first. I've never done an independent film before. It's the first time I've been involved in an independent film, so it's really interesting to see how the machinery works moving forward from the festivals and then moving forwards in terms of distribution and stuff like that. And I think the more awards, kind of recognition, I think the easier it is to go into that.
Because there's a lot of films out there. There's a lot of films being made, and so something has to set you apart.
Exactly.
Something when you get to that sales agent that's going to start marketing your film, something has to, because no one can watch every single film that's out there before it gets put out into the big screen or on Netflix or wherever. So there has to be a way to drive you forward, and I guess the awards are
saying, people are saying this about it. Look, he's won this award. If I'm Netflix or if I'm at Amazon or whatever, I'm like, okay, it's won this, won that. It's getting recognised, good reviews. Okay, let me see.
Yes.
So it's just kind of a way
in.
Yeah. But it's also great to be at festivals to get people to watch it, because like you say, there's so much stuff being made. Finding an audience is the hardest thing now. Films are so accessible and cheap that that's fantastic, but then there's so much being made that just getting eyes on it is hard. And so getting to come to festivals and sitting in as people watch it and then talking to them afterwards, it's brilliant. Yeah, it's nice.
Which we're about to go and do.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
I don't want to hold you up too much. Final question then. What are your hopes and dreams for the future of this movie?
That's hard, isn't it? Win some awards tomorrow night at the awards ceremony. We've been nominated for a few, so pick up some of them and then see what happens after that, I guess.
Yeah, look, humble Rob as always. Such a humble dude. I love it. I believe in this film so much. I love the story. I think it's a beautiful piece of writing. I think it's shot beautifully. The score, Teo, who did the score, is so beautiful. I think Emily Rose Holt, who played Grace, has done, and she carries the film so beautifully. Some of the performances from Darcy, the whole of the cast did really. I really believe in this film. I love this film, so I really hope that it gets the home it deserves and the fan base that it deserves. And I really feel that it will. I'm really pleased with proud of the work that we all did on it, man.
And Dan's amazing in it as well. It's easy to kind of look at his character and see the villain and the way he plays it, and by the end, you're not sure how to feel about him, I guess, without giving too many spoilers away. We're nominated for a few awards tomorrow night, but we're nominated for Best Ensemble. That's the one I'm hoping we win, because
me too.
Yeah, That's resonates so well with the quality of the cast, because everyone pulled it together so well that if we could pick one, that would be the one.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Awesome.
But this is why I bring Dan to the flyers, because he sells it so much better than me.
No, you've done an awesome job at selling it. I'm looking forward. I'm going to be watching this film. I look forward to seeing it. Are they showing it again at the festival, or where can I find it outside of this festival?
Northampton is the next festival, which is not too far from. I don't know. Maybe it is far from here, but Northampton is the next. Yeah, in a couple of weeks' time will be the next one. Yeah.
And is there anywhere outside of the festivals, or is that too far in the future at the moment?
Eventually, but at the moment it's just festivals.
Just festivals.
Yeah.
Well, I look forward to seeing it at some point, because it will be out there in the world. And congratulations, guys, on getting it this far. And thank you so much for sharing with me today. And if anyone has been watching or listening, we appreciate you for joining this conversation. Thank you so much.
Cheers, man.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you. Bye bye.